Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the capital city, Salem High School, or actually Salem, Oregon at Sprague High School, as we get ready for some more Special District 1 matchups coming up here tonight as we welcome you into our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. The Roseburg Indians visit the Sprague Olympians tonight as we bring you Roseburg football here on The Score. Well, it's another trip up north as Roseburg looks for that first win of the season. They'll take on a Sprague team that's also looking for its first win in conference play. Sprague does have one win on their record so far, a big one earlier this year at Beaverton. And we'll take a look more at the matchup between these two teams here coming up in just a little bit. But we welcome you into coverage of Roseburg High School football tonight here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. I'm Joey Kieran, happy to be with you here on this beautiful Friday night up here in Salem. Sun is starting to set. We've got a 7:15 kickoff for tonight, so a little bit of a later start. They had soccer going on earlier today here at Olympic Stadium, home of the Sprague Olympians, and we get ready for football coming up here in just a little bit. And, we should have a good one for you here tonight. Both these teams coming off of shutout losses last week, so they are looking to try and improve on things here tonight and see if they can get that first win in conference play. 68 degrees as we count down to kickoff coming up here on the pregame show. We're going to get a chance to catch up with head coach Dave Heiberger. Hear some of his thoughts leading into this week's matchup for Roseburg. Got a chance to hear from head coach Jay Minyard. Got a chance to hear from him just a little bit ago on the Friday night pregame show. Hear some of his thoughts about what the Olympians have in store as they get ready to take on Roseburg here tonight. Hope you've been enjoying that Friday night pregame show. It's been a lot of fun to put that together, and I think help brings a lot more excitement to the radio on a Friday night. Want to remind you tonight's game is streaming live with video online at 541radio.com, where you can watch this evening's action streaming for free thanks to sponsorship from the Cow Creek Tribe. Tonight's matchup is there. You can also find Roseburg football on our YouTube channel. That is 1490 The Score on YouTube. Subscribe and follow Roseburg High Sports all throughout this 2022-2023 season. It is the 0-2 Roseburg Indians and the 1-2 Sprague Olympians squaring off tonight here from Olympic Stadium in Salem at Sprague High School. We'll have a quick word with head coach Dave Heiberger coming up when we return on your extended Roseburg Disposal pregame show here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Number 57, Carter Hammond.
Back with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show as we get ready for Roseburg and Sprague coming up tonight here in Salem. And joining us here in the pregame show, get a chance to catch up with head coach Dave Heiberger. Coach, guys on the road in Salem again here today. These conference games now against the Salem teams. You talked a lot about how this was going to improve the conference in the preseason and obviously help out with RPI and all those things. But so far, 2 trips to Salem. Adding these teams in. How are you feeling about making these trips up here to the capital city?
Oh, you got 3 of them so far and today on one bus. It was tight. Air conditioner's been broke on it for 4 weeks now, so that was fun. We made it here. We're here. We're alive, and we need to play up to our potential today and fly around.
We talked earlier in the week that, you just said it's tough to be breaking in new guys at this point in the season, but you guys had a week of practice and get back out there. How do you feel like guys are kind of responding to the adversity you guys are facing here early in the season?
They get it. They understand that our inconsistencies that we have, are more mental than physical, which is, a good thing to have. But we're sitting back and getting as many guys into the game right now as can to see what we can get in and out of. And obviously you got some quarterbacks go down, and it kind of puts you back to square one, a little earlier. But anyways, the kids are competing, fighting, and, have a couple wrinkles in to try to help them tonight, and we'll see how that goes.
Last week we saw in the second half, it looked like you guys kind of threw in some new wrinkles into the offense, and it got the ball moving a little bit. Right. Those mental mistakes ended up hurting you at North Salem, but we saw the ball starting to move. From week 1 to week 2, we saw improvement with the offense. Now, hopefully, from first half to second half, we saw improvement. Now, last week to this week, you hope to see improvement. What kind of things are you guys wanting to see with these kind of new wrinkles that you guys are putting out there today?
Ball security would be the first one. You get a break the first game you start at quarterback for those. After that, not so much of a break. So we look forward to protecting the ball a little bit better tonight. We look forward to moving him around. Wilder might get in there at some time, a little bit of a different style. Tiger Black, we're gonna give him some fullback reps, and that's where we're at. We're trying to find something to get him going.
Yeah.
So
I feel like you read my mind. I think I saw Tiger carry the ball a couple times in practice the other day. I wasn't sure if that was just goofing around in practice, but he's a guy that would be hard to bring down. Much like kind of we saw Josiah Davis last week was a tough guy to bring down. You put some and I've seen Tiger race down guys out there on the field, running backs, chase them down. So Tiger with the ball in his hands, is that a scary thought for possibly opposing defenses?
I wouldn't want to tackle him. I'm looking forward to seeing him lead through that hole for Echo a little bit, But it's one of the main things we're looking out of that is just to get to some of these kids to experience that intensity that Tiger brings. Let's try and get him on the offensive side and see if he can be a little bit of a spark plug for that style that we were able to get to last year. And so we're hoping it's a shot in the arm. It's not, we're not saying it's going to fix the world, but who doesn't want to see Tiger Black at fullback?
I can tell you I'm looking forward to it now. Tonight, you guys, Sprague is a team that, talking with their coach, it's a team that's kind of in a similar situation with a lot of young guys out there as well, but they've got an experienced 4-year starter out there in Drew Rodriguez. When you watch tape, is he a guy that stands out on the film to you?
Yeah, he's solid. Up front, they fly around both sides of the ball, kind of you don't see much of the 3-3 stack, and they're in that, and so that'll be an opportunity for our kids to go up against a different defensive scheme today. And obviously there's times where they're in eye open, and there's times where they're a spread football team. I think they're better when they're in eye backs, and I hope they don't think that as well. But they got a quarterback that can move around, and that Rodriguez kid, there's a reason why he's going to Colorado State. And he can do some things for them.
All right, Coach, best of luck to you guys out there tonight.
Thanks, Troy.
That is head coach Dave Heiberger joining us here in our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. We appreciate him taking the time in the pregame to sit and talk with us as we get an idea of tonight's matchup between Roseburg and Sprague. Want to let everybody know that the online feed is up and running right now for the video stream. We do continue to get a warning about our connectivity here at Sprague High School. And I know it's not the words that people want me to be telling you, because I know that you guys really enjoy watching the video stream of Roseburg football. We are at the mercy of having an internet connection, and up here we are going off of cell phones, and it's a bit of a challenge tonight. So we are hoping that things run smoothly enough to be able to do the video stream all the way through. We will do our best to make that happen. But if you do find yourself with issues on the video stream, you can always tune in and listen to the game on the radio. We are having to do it via cell phone tonight because of the internet connectivity issues. We're going old school with some of it here this evening, so you can tune in and catch us on the radio, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Find the broadcast there if the video stream is having too many issues. Just as a backup, we do hope to have the video stream continuing on all the way through. And if you are outside of the listening area for the radio station, you can always stream the station on 541radio.com or use the 541 radio app to follow the game there as well. You can also use your smart speaker. You can set up the Alexa skill, the score, and then you can just tell your Alexa, play the score, and be able to listen to the station that way as well. Yeah. We may be going old school here tonight with the cell phone connection on the radio side, but we do have some people around the office that know how to do some of the cool technology things that are available nowadays. Well, we get ready for tonight's kickoff. It's a fun night tonight, orange and black. You'd think you were in Corvallis with the Beavers getting ready to take on USC this weekend. The orange and black Sprague Olympians and the orange and black Roseburg Indians getting ready to square things off here tonight. Looks like we're going to have, I think, some youth teams that are going to be running through the tunnel over in the corner there. They've got the big Sprague tunnel with the helmet there that some of the kids are going to get a chance to run through, which is kind of cool. And that'll be some of the pregame festivities coming up for us here at Olympic Stadium. For the Sprague Olympians, they are coming off of a 41-0 loss against the Sheldon Irish last week in their first game in Special District 1 conference play. I want to call it the Southwest Valley Conference, this new commingling, this partnership between the Southwest Conference teams and the Central Valley Conference Salem schools. The two sides are now in their same league here and joining up for that 10-team league. Last week, Sprague had the joys of trying to take down Sheldon, the number one team in the state right now, and it did not go their way, 41-0. Sheldon got a big game from Brock Thomas, who passed for 5 touchdowns, ran for a score, and had an interception on defense, leading the way to that 41-0 win over Sprague. Sheldon leading 34-0 at halftime, getting the running clock in the second half. Meanwhile, Roseburg last week was up here against North Salem. North Salem stacking the box against Roseburg, suffocating the run game in the first half of that matchup, and did not allow time for quarterback Brogan Rackley to really set up and start throwing. It was a scoreless first quarter for the two teams as they tried to feel each other out, but then North Salem started to take advantage of some short field. They had a turnover deep in the Roseburg territory that gave them an 8-yard field to work with, and they capitalized on the first play for their first score, and then also had another short field after punt with some penalties, set them up at the 35, and that's all they had to go to get in for the score. Had led 13-0, made it 19-0 before halftime on a 3rd and long run where Roseburg almost had this stop, but they got a touchdown out of Josiah Davis's first half touchdown, his 3rd touchdown of the night, and that's where he would finish with 3 touchdowns. Got a big touchdown out of Damari Thompson, the speedster, who was the 100 and 200-meter champion in 5A last year. He got into open field, and he was gone for the 87-yard score last week. And so that was kind of how it went. It was a couple of big plays that helped lead the way for North Salem, and then they just kind of grinded it out against Roseburg. Roseburg started to get some things moving. In the second half, but killed themselves with penalties last week. Roseburg finished with 11 penalties for 76 yards, a number of false starts as they tried to get accustomed to the new quarterback behind center, Brogan Rackley, who was filling in for Owen Bentia. Saw Owen before the game tonight. He was walking around. That was good to see. Didn't seem to be too much of a limp for him after getting knocked out in that game against Nelson a couple of weeks ago. But hopefully he'll be able to heal up and make his return to the team at some point here this season for Roseburg. But Brogan Rackley last week in his first start at the varsity level, the junior, was 5 for 14 through the air for just 17 yards. Roseburg on the ground last week was able to put together 73 yards, but it was their lowest offensive output of the season. And they will try to turn things around here tonight as they try to mix things up a little bit and put in a few new wrinkles for what is to come for the Tribe here this evening. They are announcing these youth teams out on the field here tonight as they will take the field. It looks like they've got a few of them, middle school and younger, out there on the field on this beautiful night here in Salem here this evening. Told you it was upper 60s right now. We are set up outside, so probably going to be throwing on the jacket here a little bit later on this evening as we continue to see fall setting in for our football season. Expecting temperatures to continue to cool throughout the rest of the evening. Here in Salem, looking at temperatures falling to an overnight low of 47. Ooh, boy. But we are expecting things to, by the time we wrap things up, probably in the low 60s tonight here in Salem. Both these teams looking for that first conference win of the season. The one win of the year so far for Sprague was back in week 2 of their season. They had a 56-14 win against Beaverton. Beaverton currently a team that does not have a win on their schedule, so take that for what it is. I've talked with Coach Heiberger about it a few different times, just about how difficult this preseason schedule or non-conference schedule was for Roseburg. Mountainside is undefeated still, and they have a win over what was a previously top 10 ranked team in the coaches poll. Nelson remains to be undefeated. Of course, they have played fewer games because of that game canceled against Roseburg in week 2 due to the wildfire smoke down in Roseburg. They had to cancel at halftime. That's unfortunate. That was a game that it almost seemed as if Roseburg was going to have a decent shot of trying to get a win, but unfortunately the game called at halftime, and so Roseburg was unable to finish that one off. They had scored 14 points, and the game was eventually, it had to be canceled. Because of that poor air quality, that cut things short for the Tribe and for the Hawks. And that game finished at halftime, a 14-12 score, with Roseburg trailing by 2 at halftime against Nelson. Then last week here in Salem against North Salem, Roseburg, a 26-0 loss, and really a game that looks like it got lopsided. And of course, it was 26 points on the board for North Salem, but you know, it felt like Roseburg was really much closer in that game than the score really indicated, and they kept things really tight against North Salem, fighting defensively very good. It just needed some more offensive momentum, and as we heard from Coach Heiberger in our pregame interview, he's hoping this week they can give the offense a shot in the arm to really get things moving. Well, we are rolling along here on our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Again, you can make them or let them make the run to the dump for you. Give Roseburg Disposal a call at 673-7122. I'm Joey Kieran in Salem as we get ready for kickoff. They've got all the teams out on the field here. I think we're getting close to our national anthem, which we will take a quick break for that here coming up. Roseburg is coming out on the field. Both teams, again, black and orange are their primary colors. Roseburg will be wearing the white road jerseys coming up here tonight. They've got the black numbers on back outlined in orange. They've got some of the black trimmed up and down the sides of the jerseys, and the black helmets with the orange feathers on the side. On the other side, did see Sprague earlier. They were wearing their home black jerseys. I thought they might bust out the highlighter orange jerseys. I saw some photos of them wearing those earlier, and I thought maybe they would bust those out. I knew that I was going to get confused for a coach or for a fan of Sprague plenty of times. I've already been confused as a coach once and have been asked which way to go for something. And I'm visiting media. I am the last person that's going to know anything. But wearing my orange here tonight, and I knew that was going to probably cause some conflicts with these two teams wearing orange and black. They have a fog machine or fireworks or something that got like a layer of haze that was hanging over the field here at the moment. And for those of us that have gone through these wildfire smokes the last few summers, which I know that they've had up here in Salem as well, gives you a little PTSD there thinking, oh no, why is the smoke filtering into the area? But it is starting to clear out already. We're about 6 minutes to go until kickoff from this one, so we are getting close for Roseburg and Sprague. About to kick off. Taking a look at other matchups going on tonight in the Southwest Valley Conference is what I'm going to call it. Sheldon is at McNary this evening. North Salem is at North Medford. South Medford at South Salem, and West Salem at Grants Pass here this evening. Those are your other conference matchups going on. Taking a look at the conference standings here early going. Sheldon ranked number 1 in the state, 3-0 in their overall record, 1-0 in conference. South Salem, I think these are going to definitely be your top 2 teams in the conference this year. South Salem is 3-0. They are 1-0 in conference, ranked number 3 in the state. South Medford is number 11 in the state in the OSAA RPI. They are 3-0 on the year, 1-0 in conference play. North Salem, after their win against Roseburg last week, moved to 3-0 on the year, 1-0 in conference play. They sit at number 23. You want to know what's kind of crazy? North Salem is number 23 after beating Roseburg last week. Roseburg sits at number 22 in those OSAA RPI rankings. North Medford is 1-0 in conference play after they beat West Salem last week 35-14. They're ranked number 33 in the state. They are 1-2 on the year. Grants Pass is number 20. They're 0-1 in conference play after losing to South Salem last week. They're 2-1 on the year. Sprague 0-1 after their loss to Sheldon, 1-2 on the season, ranked number 31. Roseburg, number 22, 0-2 on the year. McNary, number 35, 0-1 on the conference season, 0-3 on the year. And West Salem is 0-3 on the season and 0-1 in conference play, ranked number 43 in the OSAA RPI rankings. So that is a look at the conference here tonight as we get ready to go. Yeah, that smoke has cleared. Here come the Sprague Olympians. They must have an interest. They must have had to loop all the way around to get over to their tunnel over on the far side. I think they came in through the stadium right underneath us earlier for their warm-ups and then went out that direction, and then they loop all the way back around. But they got the cool entry through the tunnel over on the far side of the field as they get ready to take the field here. Sprague Olympians will take the field. And we are just about to get ready to go. They're going to run through the fan tunnel out in the middle of the field where all the youth teams are. And this is what Friday nights are all about. High school football on a Friday night. It's about the community. It's about the youth. It is about having some fun. And for high schoolers that are on the team, it's a lot of fun to be kind of seen as the big dog in town, being able to get out there and do some fun stuff. And for the little kids, it's all about getting a chance to be able to just kind of go out there and see what guys look like that are in high school playing this game. I think we are just about ready for the national anthem. I think I've filled enough time here on your Roseburg Disposal pregame show, so I think we're just about ready for our 2-minute break here. And then when we come back, we will probably should have taken a 2-minute break in there at some point already. Yeah. We may have to skip Dale back in the studio. We may skip one of our 2-minute breaks here, I think, coming up. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's take a break. We'll come back and get you ready for kickoff. This has been the Roseburg Disposal pregame show on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Mountain Mike's. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations. Top of the Hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Sprague High School in Salem as we get ready for Friday Night Football here on The Score. Joey Keyran with you, along with my buddy Joe Glover helping out tonight with the video production. Back in the studio, Dale Cranford running things on the radio side as we get ready to bring you Roseburg High Football tonight here on The Score. Tonight's game also streaming live online at 541radio.com, thanks to sponsorship from the Cow Creek Tribe. And hopefully that will work for us all throughout tonight's broadcast. And a quick, again, warning that if you are tuning in to watch things on the video stream, if we do have too many issues for you with the internet connectivity, you can always catch us on the radio, 92.3 FM or 1490 AM. You can also stream the station online at 541radio.com and on the 541 Radio app. The captains are out at midfield getting ready for the coin toss. It is up in the air, and Roseburg will receive the opening kick, and they'll be moving left to right on your radio dial. Let's take a look at the offense for Roseburg as they get ready to take the field. It'll be Brogan Rackley, the junior, that'll get a chance to start back there behind center again, making his second start. We may also see Jace Wilder back there a little bit as well for the Tribe. Up on the front line in front of him, Tiger Black, Brayson Parker, James Coleman, Kyler Mills, A.J. Baker, some of your starting offensive linemen. They've rotated a few other guys in there as well. Caden Eckel in the backfield, the junior, a first-team All-Southwest Conference selection last year. This year, 146 yards so far, averaging 3.95 yards per carry. Last week had 66 yards on the ground and 16 through the air. Receivers, Jordan White, Caden Luther, Caden Austin, Jace Wilder, some of your guys this season out there as targets for the quarterback for Roseburg. They'll send back deep to return. For the Tribe, it has been Landon Hodges and Caden Eckel, and those will be the two guys deep there to return for Roseburg as getting ready to kick it away for Sprague. That is going to be Kenya Johnson, who will be kicking things away for the Olympians. They'll kick from the 40, again going right to left as the sun goes down. It's starting to cool off here in Salem. The opening kick about to get underway. Roseburg trying to start things off with the ball in their hands and get the offense rolling early. There is the whistle. We're ready to go. Johnson will kick it away. The right-footed kicker approaches, and the boot is deep. It will go to the 11-yard line, taken by Eckel. He's at the 20, cuts it back to the hash, up the field, and into the back of one of his own guys, gets taken down at the 30. And Roseburg will start with fairly decent field position to begin tonight's ball game. They'll have it at their own 30-yard line. Here comes the Roseburg offense defensively. Sashti Murata up on the front line along with Carter Hammer and Gavin Wynn. The linebackers, Preston Simmons, Kaysen Collins, Barrick Hill, Riley Penn, and Drew Rodriguez. Then Will Charles and Tanner Short in the secondary for this Olympians defense. First down and 10 for Roseburg from the right hash mark at their own 30-yard line. They'll set up with twins to the right side. And two backs in the backfield. One of them is Tiger Black, who will act as a fullback back there. He is a big boy, not up on the line. No, they'll give it to him on the first carry, and he might have fumbled. Yeah, the ball was on the ground, and they will say he was down. It'll be second down. Tiger was on the ground. It looked like some hesitancy on the first play of the game for Roseburg, trying to run something new. Tiger Black was in the backfield. They give him the ball, and he'll lose 1 yard to the 29. So a tackle for loss for the front line for Sprague. And to be honest with you, I'm surprised Roseburg busts that out so quickly, but also surprised that Sprague right there and on top of it. They'll break to the line again. Black will still be in the backfield. He sets up 1 yard in front of Rackley to his right in a three-point stance. He's got Eckel to his left. They're going to try and send some pressure. High snap, and Rackley, he couldn't secure it. The ball is still on the ground. It's still loose. And I think that Roseburg does get back on top of it. It's Eckel this time. Fumbles on the first 2 plays from the line of scrimmage for Roseburg. And that ball goes all the way back to the 14-yard line is where they will mark it. That is a loss of 15 on the play. Still recovered by Roseburg. And so not what Roseburg was hoping for. Trying to give the offense a shot in the arm with something new, and it hasn't worked out just yet. They will go with one back in the backfield, no fullback this time. Eckel to the right of Rackley as he spreads 3 targets to the left. They'll give it on a delayed handoff to Eckel. Things open up for him, but he gets tackled right from the backside by his ankles. He almost was free. He gets back to the 24-yard line. He'll pick up 10 yards on the carry for Eckel. Needed one more man to miss for a chance to maybe try and break off something on what was third down and a mile. It will now be fourth down from their own 24. It'll be 4th and 16, and the punt unit will come out. That is Tiger Black, as Roseburg's first possession does not quite work out for him. One man deep to return, back at his own 40 for Sprague. Tiger Black waiting for the snap. Gets a decent one, gets his right foot into it. The pressure was coming, he gets it away, and it will take a Roseburg bounce in a big way. It hit at the 35, rolls inside the 20, down to the 19. That'll flip the sides of the field. Deep to return was Drew Rodriguez for Sprague, but he did not get a chance to get to that football. A line drive shot that takes a Roseburg bounce and trickles inside the 20 for Sprague. 3 and out for the Tribe as fumbles plagued them on their first possession. It'll be Sprague with the football with 9:29 to go here in the first quarter as the offense comes out for the first time, starting at their own 19-yard line. We'll see Athan Palmeter, who will be the quarterback, a junior, 6'2", 205, and he will head on out there. He's got 260 yards through the air, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He will set up under center, moves a man from right to left. That is Rodriguez. And they will toss it to the left side of the formation. The deep back, couple of shimmy shakes as he gets into the secondary, out to the 24-yard line. A pickup of 5 on the ground. And that is Barrick Hill, the senior running back. 168 yards on the ground this season, averaging 4.94 a carry. He's got 2 touchdowns and 1 fumble on his first carry. He gets it out to the 24-yard line and picks up 5 to make it second down and 5 for the Olympians. Sprague wearing the black jerseys. This time have the quarterback up under center. He will go. Palmeter with I formation behind him. 2 targets to the right side. Will pass quickly out into the flats, into the hands of Rodriguez. Makes the first man miss. Now a foot race to the far side. He is tackled from behind. It's Tyler Reitman that comes up to make the play. But moving the chains is Sprague on the quick pass by Palmeter to Rodriguez. Rodriguez, 226 yards through the air so far this season. Adding to it there, he's got 6 touchdowns. He moves the chains out to the 35. Pickup of 11 through the air on the first catch for Rodriguez. First down and 10, 8:27 and counting to go in the first quarter. Scoreless, first possession of the night for the Olympians. 2 targets to the left side with the I formation behind Palmeter. He'll take the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out to his left, looking downfield on the intermediate route, and it's off the hands. Wide open was Rodriguez, but he couldn't hang on to it. He was angling towards the near sideline in front of his own bench, and he was unable to secure that one in. Rodriguez with the drop. It'll be second down and 10. Clock stopped at 8:13. They'll break the huddle and come to the line. 2nd down and 10 from the 35. On the ball on the right hash mark. One target, Preston Simmons, spread out wide to the left. The I formation, Hill, the deep man. The fullback is Kason Collins. They'll give it to the deep man. Hill going right side over the line. Not a lot there for him. He'll burst through for a pickup of about 2. They might give him 3. The far side judge will put him out to the 38-yard line. That is a pickup of 3 for Hill. His 2nd carry of the night. It's Reitman in on the tackle, according to the public address announcer. And it makes it 3rd down and 7. Big here for Roseburg's defense, trying to get off the field to force a punt. In shotgun will be Palmater. He's got Hill 1 yard behind him in the pistol. He'll move him to the left, offset. Going to roll out to his left. Palmater goes on the intermediate route, connects with his receiver there, breaks to the 45, takes a hit and keeps on going. Tanner Short will move the chains. He was left wide open as Roseburg dropping into a zone. He found the empty spot and is able to move across the 45 out near the 50. They will put him right on top of the 50-yard line. A pickup of 12 on 3rd and 7 through the air for the Olympians, and they will have a 1st down. First catch of the night for Short. Ball right on the 50. On the left hash mark for the Olympians, and a penalty flag out just as the snap was sent to the quarterback. And it's on the offense. They are going to be moving back the Olympians here. It is encroachment is what they announced, but I just lined up in the neutral zone. That's usually a defensive penalty, but it is a 5-yard penalty against North Salem. Legal formation would normally be an offensive penalty. So it'll set up on the left hash mark. 1st down and 15 after the penalty. From the 45, handed off to Hill. He is hitting the backfield, stumbles forward, jumping on top of him. James Coleman with the tackle. So the run will take it out to the 47. They're still on the Sprague half of the field as Hill picks up 2. He's got 3 carries for 10 yards. Second down and 13 for Sprague. Ball on the left hash mark. In the pistol for Palmater with Hill 1 yard behind him. Now sets him up to the right side. Trips to the right side of the field. That is the direction that Palmater will roll. Pressure in the backfield. He tries to escape. Hit as he throws. And that one back across the middle of the field, just behind everybody that had flowed to the right side of the field. All the motion moving to that far side of the field towards Roseburg's sideline. And the throw back towards the middle by Palmater. Thankfully, nobody really in the vicinity of that one. Throwing back across the middle as you're getting hit. Never a good idea for a quarterback. And Palmater escapes that one. 3rd down and 13. And again, Roseburg had Sprague at 3rd down and 7 earlier on this drive and couldn't stop him. Now they've got him at 3rd down and long. We'll see if they can get the stop here. 6:38 to go in the first period. In shotgun, the snap to the quarterback with 3 targets to his right side. They'll go on a reverse, and they've got the right play. Rodriguez on the sideline, nobody there. His speed will get him out in front of the defense, avoids one guy, and he's to the house for the score. Drew Rodriguez takes it in. It's a 53-yard touchdown for the Olympians. Our first score of the night's a big one. They go on the reverse. And Drew Rodriguez got to the sideline. He had one man to beat, and he was able to do so. I want to say, oh, no, that was Josiah Bazio. He couldn't get his hands on him. And Rodriguez, the Colorado State commit, is in for 6. And now out comes Kenya Johnson for the PAT. 6:26 to go on the touchdown run by Sprague. Roseburg had him at 3rd down a couple of times and could not get off the field. The right-footed kicker waits. Placement is down, the kick away, and it's no good. It'll stay a 6-0 lead for Sprague as we take a 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. .6:26 to go here in the first quarter. Sprague leads it 6-0. That was an 8-play drive. They faced third down and long on a couple of possessions and were able to convert. And they get the 53-yard touchdown run by Drew Rodriguez and then miss the extra point. But they take the early lead, do the Olympians. They will kick it away. It is Johnson once again to send it deep. It'll be taken by one of the upmen for Roseburg across the 25 and tackled out of bounds. That is Brogan. It is, Brody Robinson that makes the reception and the return up the field. And now it is Roseburg's second possession with 6:19 to go. And the Tribe starting this one out at their own 28-yard line. Roseburg football tonight brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. So Roseburg's offense will come out. They do have Tiger Black in the backfield once again. Snap to Rackley. He hands it off to Eckel, and unfortunately they could not keep the black jerseys out of the backfield. The tackle made by Sprague. And a loss of yardage on first down for Roseburg. They'll be behind the sticks once again. They go back to the 27-yard line on the carry by Eckel. Moving backwards there. That defensive front for Sprague. They've got a couple of guys. That was Rodriguez coming up to help make the stop in the backfield. Handed off again to Eckel, running left side this time. Just trying to follow the white jerseys through the middle of that offensive line, and he is able to pick up a couple of yards. And it'll be out to the 29-yard line. Cole Steketee on the stop there for Sprague. So the ball goes to the 29, a pickup of 2 on the carry by Eckel. And Roseburg will face third down and 9. In shotgun is Rackley. To his left, Eckel. 3 targets spread out wide to the far side of the field. Chase Wilder, that is Luther, on the near side all alone. They look for the blitz, and they draw him off guard. Roseburg was able to get North Salem and do that a couple of times last week. It's Kason Collins, the senior linebacker that was blitzing through the middle. They got the extra start. And so with that penalty, Roseburg will now get a chance at third down and manageable to try and convert and stay with the offense on the field. They'll move the ball to the 34-yard line. 5-yard penalty. Second penalty so far in the ballgame for Sprague. 4:58 to go here in the first period. 6-0 Sprague leading this one here from Salem. Rackley in shotgun, third down and 4 for Roseburg. Fake the handoff, looking to pass. Going to go on the seam route up the middle, and it's too tall. That one intended for Jordan White. In coverage was Drew Rodriguez. They go with that post route over the middle of the field, a popular route for every quarterback. And it's just too high. Good coverage by Rodriguez on White. But the pass just not quite there either. First attempt of the night for Rackley, and Roseburg looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field on 4th down and 4, and they do get him to jump. This time it's Barrick Hill who will try to stay on sides on the outside linebacker position, and he cannot do so. So on 4th down and 4, the penalty will make it first down, and Roseburg will pick up the first down in the fresh set of downs on the penalty by Sprague. The ball will go out to the 39-yard line. They'll move the chains. And that is a bonus there for the Tribe as they try to keep the offense out there, trailing 6-0. 4:52 to go. Roseburg nearing their own 40-yard line. In the backfield, Rackley with Eckel to his left. Luther spread out to the wide side on the right, trying to run right side, but they just continue to send pressure. You got 7 guys in the box for Sprague. It's a repeat of what we saw last week. And the Olympians are just trying to stack things up and close all of the running lanes. It was Hill that gets in on the stop there. And it was a tackle for loss. Roseburg has faced second down and long pretty much on every time they've had a second down. They currently have it back at their own 37-yard line, a loss of 2 for Eckel. They'll spread out. Targets to the far side of the field. Brevin Harrison is out there as a receiver. One of the first times we've seen him out there on the offensive side. 2 targets either side, 4 receivers out there for Roseburg. Rackley waits for the snap in shotgun, under 4 minutes to play. Sending pressure again. They're going to go downfield. That should be a flag, and it is. Roseburg will draw the penalty. Deep downfield in coverage for Sprague. Dominic Johnson came in and hit the receiver as he was going up to try and make a play on the ball. The defender didn't even try to make a play on the football, and the penalty flag is deep into Sprague's territory, but I think it's not a spot foul. I think they counted off from where Roseburg started with the football, and so they'll count it off. A 15-yard pass interference penalty. 4th penalty of the night for Sprague, and their 3rd on this drive, and Roseburg getting help from the defense as they move across the 50 for the first time tonight. The ball will be at the Sprague 48-yard line after that penalty. 1st down and 10 for Roseburg. Rackley in shotgun will move a man in motion. They'll give it to him on the end around, trying to get to the edge and nowhere to go. Coming up to make the stop for the Olympians, Preston Simmons with the tackle. And once again, it's 2nd down and long for Roseburg. It was Robinson on the carry for the Tribe as they do continue to work new guys in. A wholesale change here for the offense. Some new numbers. Hodges going out, Bosio going out, Harrison going out. I'm pretty sure I saw Boston Williams coming in. Luther's out there. Eckel out there. They've got Williams in the backfield as a fullback. White in the slot. He will move from the left to the right side of the formation. They'll hand it off. No, fake the handoff. They want to go on the reverse and not fooled. Drew Rodriguez in the backfield is there for the tackle. And it's White on the carry. They tried to go with what the Sprague playbook had and go with the reverse. And Sprague not fooled. The ball now back into Roseburg territory at their own 44-yard line. That is a big loss on the reverse attempt. Roseburg back at their own 44. That is a loss of 7 on the ground. That was Jordan White on the carry this time. And it makes it 3rd down and 18 for Roseburg. Rackley in shotgun, trips to the left side, looking that direction. They try to set up the screen. It's caught by Eckel. The defense will catch up to him quickly, stays on his feet, and he will get past what was the original line of scrimmage and make it 4th down and maybe a long 8. They will give him the to the 46 on the Sprague half of the field. Will make it 47, or make it the 4th and 8 to go for Roseburg. The pass complete to Eckel. 46 on Sprague's half of the field. So you can make that a, let's see here, 14-yard, a 10-yard completion to Eckel on the screen. 4th down and 8, and the offense stays on the field. Now it is Jace Wilder in at quarterback. Timeout called by Roseburg. Timeout taken by the Tribe before this 4th down play, and we'll take one as well. 30-second timeout with 1:30 to go in the first quarter. Roseburg trails 6-0 against Sprague on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Back here at Sprague High School, where Roseburg trailing in the first quarter, 6-0 against the Olympians. And it does look like folks may be having some issues with the video stream, and we apologize. I know it's frustrating. Hopefully you can hear the game, but yeah, we are just dealing what we can when it comes to cell phone signal up here to try and get you the game on the video stream. 4th down and 8 for Roseburg from the Sprague 47, and Roseburg will not pick it up. Jace Wilder came in at quarterback to try and run this one on 4th down for Roseburg, and they could not escape. Coming up to help make the stop for the Olympians, Gavin Wynn in the backfield along with a whole host of black jerseys. Wilder takes the loss back to the Roseburg 47-yard line. So the sack will turn it over on downs for Roseburg with 1:23 to go in the first quarter. Sprague will have the ball for a second time. And they start out at the Roseburg 47. So that's a loss of 7 on the ground for Wilder. Sprague with the offense back out there. They will hand it off up the middle, and that's not fueling Roseburg. It's Tiger Black in there. Joining him is Dylan Bradfield up on the front line as they will stop the running back at the line of scrimmage. The Cason Collin, that was the fullback on the carry. And so Roseburg gets the stop. It'll be second down from the 50. So it'll be second down and 13 as we're inside a minute to go here in the first quarter. .41 seconds to go. Roseburg sending some blitz from the opposite side as the ball goes to the far side to Rodriguez. Slips one tackle, pushed out of bounds on the far side. Moves the chains and out of bounds to stop the clock with 32.3 seconds to go here in the first quarter. He gets across the 40 inside to the 37-yard line is where they will mark it out. It'll be a 13-yard completion on the pass play from Palmater, finding Rodriguez. First down and 10. They will set up on the right hash mark. Split backs in the backfield. Fullback offset of the tailback. Under center, Palmater. Now they adjust their offense on the wide receivers on the far side. They will run to the left side. They get it in the hands of Rodriguez again. No, excuse me, that is Hill running that one. The senior running back gets the carry and just stretches it to the near side. They had blockers out in front, had the numbers, had the speed, and they take it into the red zone down to the 18-yard line. For Roseburg, Reitman on the stop. They place the ball at the 18. That's a pickup 19 on the ground for Hill. His longest run of the night. First down and 10, down to 1 second to play, and that will be the end of the first quarter. At the end of one, it is 6-0, Sprague in front, but they are charging into the red zone as we'll flip sides of the field and come back after a 60-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Second quarter action for us here from Salem, where Roseburg is trailing 6-0 against the Olympians. It'll be first down and 10 from the red zone at the 18. Dropping back to pass, Palmer going to the end zone, has Rodriguez. He gets behind Robinson, and Brody Robinson cannot catch up in time. Touchdown pass for the Olympians. And Sprague will take a 12-0 lead pending the extra point. First TD pass of the night for Palmer, and that was the earlier touchdown by Rodriguez. We'll try and get you the replay of the one that just happened. They got the extra point coming up here. That is an 18-yard touchdown pass for the score. Now the extra point there. Looks like they'll actually try to go for two here. First play of the second quarter. So they will line up to try and go for two to try and make up for the missed extra point earlier. Handed off, Hill, spin move as he was hitting the backfield. Roseburg will not let him get away. Reitman, one of the first guys in there for the Tribe. And Roseburg will keep them out of the end zone. It keeps it a 12-0 lead for Sprague. After the 18-yard touchdown pass, the try fails. 12-0. Sprague in front with 11:54 to go here in the second quarter. And the Olympians in front. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Come back here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Remember the good old days? When you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller. When businesses were local and gave back to the community. At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
Well, it has been Drew Rodriguez so far leading the way for this Sprague team. That's not much of a surprise for the Olympians. The senior heading to Colorado State. He has done all sorts of stuff for these Olympians. A fourth-year starter. He's got 2 touchdowns already here tonight. Drew Rodriguez adding to his 6 receiving touchdowns coming into it. He's now got 7 and I think has his first rushing touchdown of the year. Roseburg will be returning the ball, going right to left on your radio dial. The kickoff is going to be an onside kick attempt. It bounces off one of the front men for Roseburg, and Sprague has it. It is Dominic Johnson that recovers. And Sprague will have the football at the Roseburg 48-yard line. And the Olympians recover the onside kick and will keep the offense out there. So here comes Sprague's offense. They just put in a score from 18 yards out on the first play of the second quarter, then recover the onside kick on the second play. 11:51 to go in the period before halftime. And Roseburg's defense has not had much of an answer for Drew Rodriguez. Other than that, they've been able to hold in check this Sprague offense so far. But they haven't been able to get off the field on a couple of long third downs earlier in this game. And they are looking for a Sprague football after they kicked that one away. Here on a very comfortable Friday night in Salem. Tonight's game brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop, and by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Under center will go the quarterback, Palmer, from the Roseburg 48-yard line, 1st and 10. The ball in the middle of the field. Turns, fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, throws it into the flats. It is caught, I believe, the fullback there, running it to the near side. That is Casey Collins on the catch. Roseburg got some pressure in the backfield but could not get to the quarterback. The ball goes out at the 36-yard line. And it is for Roseburg on the tackle. 24. It is 17. I can't understand your hand signals. Well, it'll be 1st down and 10 no matter what. Toss it to the far side, and this time running the football, it's Lucas Clements. They started at the 46-yard line. The 36 on the pass play. That was a pickup of 12. Boston Williams, 16. Okay, I get that makes sense now. Counting has not been a strong suit of mine. Timeout down on the field here at Sprague High School. That that run play for Clements. Actually, that was Johnson. They've got 2 number 10s out there. I'm going to say that's Kenya Johnson, who picked up 6 yards on that run play after the pass had gone for 12 yards on the completion to Casey Collins, the fullback. We do know the video stream, it is not keeping up. We've got 1 to 2 bars at best when it comes to the video stream. So I apologize. We've got a hard copy on the computer that hopefully will be reasonable, and we will put that up on YouTube for fans if you want to go watch them back later. But hopefully the audio at least is keeping you entertained on our YouTube channel tonight and at 541radio.com. Snap on 2nd down and 4. Out of pressure, throw, gets it away. It's caught inside the 20. A stiff arm to the 12, down to the 10, knocked out of bounds on the reception by Tanner Short. And I don't know how Athan Palmer was able to get that ball away. A jump pass with Roseburg players all over him. Got it away to Short, and Short weaves through traffic. Takes that one down inside the red zone to the 10, and it'll be 1st and goal after a pickup of 20 through the air for the Olympians. For Short, his 2nd catch of the night. It'll be 1st and goal, helping to slight jump. Jump in the backfield. It was almost a jump on the defensive line for Roseburg. They were able to stay in their spot. Then they jump in the backfield. There comes a penalty flag finally out. It is a penalty flag on the offense as the microphone needs to be turned down a little bit. So another penalty on Sprague. The one thing that Roseburg has going for them, they have not had a penalty so far tonight, but the offense has not been able to move the ball like they were hoping. So a 5-yard penalty. We'll move it back to the 15-yard line. Still, it'll be 1st and goal for Sprague. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Abby's Legendary Pizza, a legendary pizza tradition, and by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. 1st and goal. They spread out 1 target to the near side of the field. That's Simmons. 2 targets to the far side. Short is spread out wide. Rodriguez in the slot. I formation behind Palmer under center. He will drop back. 4 steps. Pass out to the far side. Intended for Rodriguez over his outstretched hand and incomplete. Be 2nd and goal for the Olympians. Roseburg trying to get a stop here. We've seen 1 missed extra point for Sprague and then a 2-point try fail. They lead 12-0 with 11:18 to go in the 2nd quarter. Not sure if Roseburg was able to get them to 4th down, if they would try to maybe kick a field goal. Ball right now sitting at the 15-yard line. From there, it'd be a 32-yard attempt from here on the field goal. Roseburg looking to try and send pressure. 4-man front. Reitman backs off now. We'll try to read that one. He does get to the run. The ball carrier held him up, and Bradfield comes in to try and help out, and so does Boston Williams, getting in there to help make the stops on the carry. And that was Rodriguez carrying the ball. Rodriguez tackled in the backfield for a loss. Actually, he picked up 2 down to the 13. So the run doesn't go for much. It'll be 3rd down and goal from the 13. Rodriguez has the 1 rushing touchdown, also has a receiving touchdown tonight. He is in the shot. Now we'll move in tighter to the line. They pitch it to the left side, trying to get the runner. It's Johnson. He bounces it to the outside. It's a run to the corner. The front pylon stretching for it. He couldn't get there. It'll be 4th down and goal from the 1 as Johnson goes out of bounds on the sideline, stretching for that pylon. And a player lost his helmet for the Olympians. That's the center. Steketee lost his helmet. He'll have to sit for 1 play. It's 4th down and goal from the 1-yard line. It was a pickup of 12 on the ground for Johnson. And now decision time here for the Olympians. It'll be a timeout for Sprague. Let's go ahead and get one in as well. 30-second timeout as Roseburg right now trailing Sprague it's a 30-second timeout. 12-0 your score with 10:23 to go in the first half on 541radio.com and on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
From a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
10:23 to go in the second quarter. Tonight's Roseburg football game is sponsored by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Big one here. 4th down for Sprague. They called a timeout to talk about it. They will set up to go for it in the I formation. It's the quarterback Palmer under center. No, excuse me, it is not. They put in a different quarterback. They run the ball, stuffed at the line, and there is not going to be a touchdown. It's a turnover on downs. It's Boston Williams that comes in to make the play. And the quarterback was Will Hassoun, who is the senior. He was under center, handed it off, and stuffed at the line of scrimmage was, I believe, Johnson, and it's a turnover on downs as Roseburg stops him at the 1. And we've seen Roseburg's defense come up with some big stops at the goal line, and that was a huge one there. Keeps it a 12-0 score in favor of Sprague. 10:17 to go in the first half. Roseburg has it at their own 1-yard line. They will have to be careful here, though. They are in their own end zone. Going to have to try and find some room to roam here. Rackley in shotgun with Eckel behind him in the pistol. Fumble on the ground, and it's going to be a safety. Rackley, all he could do was jump on top of it to make sure the defense didn't get it. And that will be a turnover for Roseburg. The fumble actually be a safety for Roseburg. Fumble in the end zone, recovered by Rackley. Safety on the play. And now Sprague will get the ball back, leading 14-0. Well, it was a great job by the Roseburg defense, but that is not an easy spot for any offense. And the young Rackley, who is just making his second start at quarterback for Roseburg this season, maybe some nerves got him there, started thinking about what he needed to do before the ball got to him, and he couldn't hold on to the shotgun snap and turns it over on the safety. So the kick will be coming away. It'll be a free kick by Roseburg with 10:13 to go here in the second quarter. Sprague on that last drive, they got the ball on an onside kick, drove all the way to the 1, couldn't score, but then they fumble in the end zone by Roseburg, and the Olympians will get the 2 points out of it there, leading now 14-0. Tonight's game brought to you by Flyway Travel. You can contact their travel experts for your travel plans. Located at 1445 West Alfred Avenue, or give them a call at 672-5701. So Roseburg will be kicking from their own 25-yard line. Return guys are at their own 25 on the other side for Sprague. Rodriguez is back there along with Simmons. They will be able to tee this one up for the free kick here. I think at the higher levels they force you to kick it more like a punt. But getting a chance to tee this one up. Kicking for Roseburg is Jacob Michael, a sophomore. He'll get the boot into it. That ball bounces at the 39-yard line. Rodriguez gets it at the 35. He'll weave his way on the near sideline to the 50. He is tackled and goes down at the 49-yard line on Roseburg's half of the field. It looks like they may spot him right at the 50. So that is where the ball will be spotted, as Sprague will get it once again. And they lead 14-0. It was Williams again on the tackle on the return. Here comes the offense for the Olympians. Stay tuned at halftime. We'll take a look at scoring from the first half. We will also take a look at stats, and then we'll take a look at scores from around the Umpqua Basin as well. 10:07 to go in the first half. Ball on the 50. Sprague's offense, 1st and 10. Palmater fakes a handoff, rolls to his left. Going to go way downfield. He's got Rodriguez behind the defense. Makes the catch at the 17. Spin, stays in bounds. Now swung down. Deep in coverage. That was Wilder that makes the tackle finally after Rodriguez spun around by one defender and stays in bounds. He goes inside the 15, down to the 12. A big completion on first down, as they will make that a 38-yard connection for Palmater and Rodriguez. And Rodriguez now with 80 yards on the night, his longest catch of the evening. Over 100 yards through the air now for Palmater. He goes under center with the I formation. Roseburg will send some pressure. Quick pass to the near side. Caught by Short. One-on-one. He slips the first tackle. Taken down to the 1-yard line. Almost gets it in. Made the first man miss. Hit from behind. I want to say for Roseburg, coming up in, it was 16. That is Boston Williams once again coming in and helping make the stop. Also a number 9 getting in there, but another guy. I think they did bring up some youngsters off the JV team this week. And so maybe some new numbers out there that we don't have on the varsity roster. The pass goes down to the 1. It's an 11-yard completion to Short. First down and goal from the 1. Back here again is Sprague. They were stopped there on 4th and goal from the 1. Palmater deep under center, hands it off to Hill. Hill stopped at the line. Does he fall forward into the end zone? And they're going to say no. He is stopped just short of the goal line. It'll be 2nd and goal. And Roseburg's run defense at the goal line has been stout. We'll see if they can do it for another couple of downs here. 2nd down and goal from the 1. 8:33 and counting in the first half. It is 14-0. Sprague on top of Roseburg here. Palmater again goes out there at quarterback. Last time in this area, we saw Hassoun under center. Palmater goes under, the offset eye behind him, and it's Tiger Black trying to get the extra momentum. Will get called for the defensive penalty, and that's going to give up inches, and with the ball basically already at the goal line. They can't quite figure out the microphone for the umpire there. Tiger Black, on the penalty. First one of the night for Roseburg. Doesn't really give up any yardage because the ball can't move any closer to the goal line. Tip of the football through the binoculars is right on the white synthetic turf here at Sprague High School. They've got the fullback Collins offset with Hill, the deep man. Under center, Palmer moves a man in motion from right to left. We'll pitch it to the left. Try to get the blockers out there. Hill makes a cut back up the field, and he's in for the score from 1 yard out. Touchdown, Sprague. The Olympians will add, and it's the first touchdown run of the night for Hill. He gets in from 1 yard out, and it is now 20-0, Sprague on top. They'll go for the extra. Since they got the safety in there, they kind of made up for the missed extra points earlier. They'll go for the kick here. Holding is Hassoun, the backup quarterback. Calls for the snap, gets it down. The kick is up, and it looked like it went wide left, and that is the case. So the kick no good. It will stay 20-0, Sprague on top of Roseburg with 7:48 to go here in the first half. We will come back after a 30-second timeout. Roseburg trailing on the road against the Olympians on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
7:48 to go in the first half. It is all Sprague so far in this one, leading 20-0. Coming up at halftime, we'll take a look at the first half recap and try and get you any scores from around the Umpqua Basin. If you've got scores to report, hit us up on the 541 radio app and let us know scores from the games that you're out checking out here this evening. Tonight's game brought to you by Evergreen Family Medicine, serving residents of Roseburg and Myrtle Creek with 40 providers and adding coverage in Sutherland by April of 2023. Kickoff away. This time it goes deep. No trickeration on this one. It goes through the hands of Robinson. Down inside the 20. He will fall on it, and that one goes down to the 17-yard line, where Roseburg will start with it deep in their own territory. It's just been fighting themselves tonight. Once again, it seems like for Roseburg. Another drop ball there on that kickoff return. The onside kick. Roseburg had a chance to recover it. And bounced up, took a high hop, and I think off the hands of one of the offensive linemen up on the front line of the kickoff return team. And Roseburg's had a couple of third down and longs. They could have gotten a chance to get off the field early against Sprague, but defensively, but could not get the stop, giving up touchdowns. It's Roseburg just trying to put pieces together. Timeout taken by Sprague before the first play on this drive by Roseburg. Let's sneak in another quick one here. A 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. .7:43 to go in the second quarter. And for those that are watching online, we are aware that there is the feed is really slow and choppy. If we could fix it, we would. We unfortunately cannot improve the cell phone signal here in Salem at Sprague High School, and we are at the mercy of that. No other internet to be able to connect to here, so unfortunately it kind of is what it is. So hopefully the audio feed is enough. You can always tune in on the radio as well or listen at 541radio.com. First down and 10 for Roseburg. They will bubble a man through. The snap goes through the hands of Jace Wilder. He'll pick it up in the end zone, and he is tackled for another safety for Roseburg. The fumble goes 17 yards into the end zone, safety, and it is all Sprague here tonight. 7:37 here in this first half. Well, that one's, that's just tough to swallow there. That'll be through the hands of Wilder. And the fumble into the end zone for the 2 points. 22-0, Sprague on top, 7:37 to go. So Roseburg will once again be kicking from their own 20-yard line. They'll have Rodriguez and Simmons deep to return. Kicking once again will be Michael, the right-footed kicker. He will get the swing through it, a line drive kick that dribbles across the 50, picked up at the 45, angled to the near side for Collins. He gets to the 45, Roseburg's half of the field, taken down by Robinson as he gets to the Roseburg 44-yard line. And Sprague will start there, 7:30 to go. So Sprague will have it again here in this second quarter. Sprague, a touchdown pass on the first play. They got a turnover on downs at the Roseburg 1, but then Roseburg fumbled it into the end zone for a safety on the next snap from their own 1-yard line. On the next one, it was a touchdown run of 1 yard for Barrack Hill. Then another fumble for a safety into the end zone for Roseburg. So it has been all Sprague here in this second quarter. They've pulled away 22-0. Handoff on the end around for Rodriguez. He jumps over a defender on the ground and gets taken down to the 40-yard line. He'll pick up 4 yards on that carry. And makes it second down and 6. Rodriguez, 4-year starter, committed to go to Colorado State, where he plans to be a linebacker, it sounds like, for the Rams. Up to the line comes Sprague. They will have 2 targets to the right side of the formation. Pistol formation with a fullback offset to the right of the quarterback, looking to pass on the short route. It is short on the catch at the 35. He gets away from Robinson at first. He tracks him back down, but not before he gets to the 25 to move the chains and take it closer to the red zone here. That is a pickup of 15 on the pass play to Tanner Short from Athon Palmer. He's reached the century-and-a-half mark with that pass. 150 yards and 1 touchdown so far for Palmer at the quarterback position. He will stay out there. Was told that he might split some time with Will Hassoun back there. We might see more of Hassoun in the second half. Palmer's been out there most of the way here in the first. Sets up under center, deep crouch with the I formation, and a penalty flag out before the snap. And it's going to wait here. And it is encroachment on the defense. Second penalty for Roseburg. It's Bradfield on the penalty. 5-yard penalty will take it down to the 20. Makes it 1st and 5. Roseburg with their 4-man front coming up here, 6:04 and counting. The I formation for the offense. 2 targets to the wide side of the field from the right hash mark. Fake the handoff, a jump throw, short, intended in the flats. That was looking for Collins, the fullback, leaking out. The incompletion stops the clock with 5:48 to go here in the first half. Saw it look like Roseburg's Brevin Harrison, a little shaken up, came off the field a couple of plays ago. Their linebacker, he's been doing a great job. He's not out on the field right now. Looks like our mysterious number 9 is taking over for him. Second down and 5 from the 20 for Sprague. Rodriguez spread out wide to the right side as they milk the clock down. Pass out into the flats. It's caught. Makes the first man miss. Racing towards the 10. Tackled down at the 11-yard line. The reception. It goes out to Simmons. It's Reitman on the tackle, 45. And it'll be first down from the 12-yard line. Pickup of 8 on the pass completion. So Simmons, his first catch of the night. They'll set up from the left hash mark. Rodriguez alone. One-on-one coverage with Robinson. They're going to go on the short route to the slot receiver. It's short. Short looked like he might have gone down to a knee. He loses the football, and Roseburg's going to come up with a takeaway if they say he wasn't down yet. No, they'll say he was down at the 11. And Tanner Short spun around a couple of times, kept kind of bending the knee, looking as if he was just able to stay above the ground. But according to the official on the near side, says that he did get his knee down, so the ball didn't come out before he was officially down. He'll go down at the 11, picks up 1 yard, then limps off the field. Not surprised with the couple of attempts he had to try and stay up. Kind of getting twisted and spun around a couple of times in weird directions. And he will limp to the sideline, hopefully okay for Tanner Short. Only picked up the 1 yard on that completion with all that work. Makes it second down and 9. The ball at the Roseburg 11-yard line. Sunset lights have taken full effect here at Sprague High School. Roseburg sending the blitz. Penalty flag is out from the back judge. It'll be a delay of game on the Olympians. So the offense will get backed up with yet another penalty. Been the one bugaboo for Sprague so far. Here in this first half, 4:01 to play in the first half. 22-0, Sprague leading the way in this one. It was Reitman on that last blitz, but that youngster has been all over the field. I rewatched the video from last week doing the stats, and Reitman, boy, he sure was impressive. 9 tackles last week, helping lead the way, the sophomore at the middle linebacker position. He'll set up there in the middle again. Roseburg showing some blitz off the edge. They'll get picked up, throw it to the end zone, wide open. A penalty flag out in the backfield. Might wipe off a touchdown for Drew Rodriguez. They know he's good, and he just got behind the defense. Nobody looking for him. The penalty flag is going to be back at the line of scrimmage. Coach Heiberger out there trying to talk with the defensive back. Let him know you can't let that guy get behind you. It will be a holding penalty against Sprague. So they'll take him back. The ball was at the 16. It's at the line of scrimmage is where the penalty is going to be counted off from. So this will be a 10-yard penalty. Back to the 26-yard line is where they will spot the football, and it will be second down. They've got to get the ball inside the 2-yard line for a first down. They could still get that first down and get first and goal if they can get it inside the 2. So second down, the ball is back at the 26-yard line. 24 yards to try and go here for the Olympians. They've shot themselves in the foot a couple of times on this possession. Roseburg going to send some pressure up the middle. Reitman, that ball is up in the air. It's picked off by Roseburg. The Indians come away with the interception. It's a big man takeaway, and he has got to keep the speed going. Taken down in Sprague territory. The return by Roseburg coming up with a takeaway. Jack Banta into Sprague territory with the interception down to the 25-yard line. What a play for Jack Banta, the sophomore. He's in the right spot at the right time for the takeaway. And Roseburg will get that one. What a play for Banta. Big man interception, you gotta love those. And Roseburg will have the football. Maybe a little bit of spark of life for him with 3:19 to go here in the first half as they've got the ball in Sprague territory at the 26-yard line. They flip the field from the 26 to the 26. In shotgun, Wilder out there. He's going to pass in the end zone. Big arm, and he overthrows everybody. And a penalty flag in the end zone on the far side of the field. as intended for Robinson. In coverage for Sprague was Will Charles, and I think he'll be the one flagged for the penalty. It'll be half the distance to the goal and first down for Roseburg, so they get some help there. Penalty flags. That was great. Palmater hit as he was throwing. The ball was up in the air, and it was Jack Bano with the takeaway. And that sets up Roseburg, and now a defensive pass interference in the end zone will set them up with pretty good field position. Roseburg will be down to the 13-yard line now after the penalty. It's Wilder still in shotgun, hands it off to Eckel. Eckel pauses in the middle, goes left, trying to fight through the ankle tackles, lost his shoe as he takes it down to the 11, picking up 2. Just not a lot of offense for Roseburg, offensive possessions and plays for Roseburg tonight. And so that is just the 5th carry of the night for Eckel. Just hasn't had opportunities as Roseburg, onside kick, didn't get a chance. Deep in their own end zone, or their side of the field, a couple of misplays on a shotgun snap that went into the end zone for safeties. Roseburg just hasn't had a lot of offensive opportunities so far tonight. Wilder in shotgun. He's got Reitman to his right in the backfield. Looking to pass. Wilder near side. He throws low. That was intended on the near side. Robinson, the intended target. Wilder had one passing attempt prior to tonight's game. It was on a trick play earlier in the season. And he didn't connect on that one. Came in for a couple of plays in the Nelson game. But this will be our first probably lengthier go with Wilder at quarterback as he runs in the play from the sideline. Incompletion. Stops the clock with 2:24 to go here in the first half. Eckel back in the backfield. Offset to the right of Wilder. 3 targets to the left side of the field. Robinson, White, and Austin. Passing into the flats. And they are going to call it an incomplete pass. I think the officials might have been waiting. That could have maybe been a backwards pass. Tipped away by the defense. Coming up to get a hand in there to break that one up was Simmons. But if that was a backward pass, it would have been a live football, and I think the officials just eventually whistled it dead just because nobody was doing anything with it. It was a bubble screen to Eckel in the backfield on 3rd down and 8, and now does Roseburg. Roseburg's going to try for the field goal. So they want to try and get points, want to see if they can work on the kicking game. And coming out to kick is Jacob Michael, a right-footed kicker. The spot is down. The kick is away. Did he get it through? Yes! And Roseburg's on the board for the first time this season. The kick is up and good. And so Roseburg will end up with a 28-yard field goal from Jacob Michael